going to do a little stretching here. Come on and join me. Have a seat on the ground. Bend one leg and take the foot to the inside of the inner thigh of the straightened leg. Then go ahead and reach down as far down as you can towards the shin or the bottom of the foot on the outstretched leg. Keep a nice long spine, breastbone lifted, shoulder blades down. We're not really trying to curve downward too much with our spine. Rather, reach the ribs toward the straightened leg. Now switch sides. Straighten out the opposite leg. Reaching down. Try to keep that straightened knee nice and straight. So tighten up the quads on the straight leg if you can. Really start to get a stretch in the back of your knee. Now we're going to move into an inner thigh stretch. Again, keeping a nice long spine with breastbone up, shoulder blades pulling down towards the hips. Reach forward and breathe. Few deep breaths there. Relaxing through the spine, but still squeezing a little bit on the tops of the legs, the quadriceps, just to get that knee stretch again. Coming up. Now we're going to take the right knee and the left knee bent. Get the right shin to be parallel to your chest. You can stay in this position, or you can straighten out the left leg and get an even more intense hip flexor stretch. And we're going to stay lifted in the chest for a couple seconds and drop those hips toward the floor, pull the belly in so we're not pushing into the low back, and get a good hip flexor stretch. Then walk the hands down, and if you can, put the chest on the shin and relax down there a few minutes with a more intense outer thigh stretch. Coming up, we'll switch legs. The opposite leg comes forward, the other one goes back. And again, with the back leg, you can keep the knee bent or you can straighten it out more. Get it as straight as possible. And that'll give you a nice, intense hip flexor stretch. Drop the hip that's on the side of the straightened leg. Try to get that hip down and even with the hip on the bent leg side. Keep the spine nice and long. Keep the belly pulled back toward the spine. And then, when you're ready, slowly walk down, chest over shin. Now coming back up, we're going to do a more direct quadricep stretch here. And so we're just going to lie on the floor, pull the belly button up toward the spine again, protecting the low back so we don't sink into it. Grab one foot with the hand on the same side, or you can grab the shin, whatever's most comfortable, and then pull that leg off the floor. Make sure you're not going into the low back though. We're using the shoulder and the hamstrings to do this stretch. Switch sides and keep breathing. Now you can take this stretch again, one on each side, or you can go for the double leg quadricep stretch, grabbing both legs. And same thing, using the hamstrings and the shoulder to pick your body up, picking up the breastbone, squeezing that lower belly just a little bit so we don't push into the low back. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, expand the lungs. And then lower down. Child's pose is going to be our last stretch. Sit your hips onto your heels, put your toes together and bring your knees apart. Let your chest go through your legs. And then a few deep breaths here. Expand the lungs and the ribs into the legs. And there we go. Nice job.